and a very good day. Thanks for tuning in. Back with Dari with Sensei. Okay, hari ni kita nak bercerita tentang salah satu band that I would say is my favourite American rock band. Masih lagi aktif, cuma dah tua kan, which is Aerosmith. Hey, check it out. Okay, dalam episod kali ni kita bercerita tentang Aerosmith. Dan pagi ni sambil saya memandu, saya sedang mendengar saya sedang mendengar album P.U.M.P. Kalau nak kira ni album keberapa susah sikit, sebab saya pun tak ingat dah berapa banyak album. Tapi yang saya pasti dia adalah album kedua dalam kontrak Aerosmith, album yang bersama Geffen Records. Geffen Records ni pada waktu tu memang besar lah dia punya, I would say, sumbangan dia pada rock and roll ataupun basically rock in America was huge, sebab they signed some big names and good producers were producing great songs during that time lah. Memang the peak of rock music in America lah. So bila dekat America dia spread out throughout the world lah. Okay, so the first album was Permanent Vacation, 1987 kalau tak salah saya, dan 2 years later was this album P.U.M.P. So it started off with the song Young Last, kalau tak salah saya, it was like pa 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 pa. Dia punya intro tu memang it's like wow. And then during this album, see, Aerosmith always had issues with abuse, toxic and substance abuse lah, drugs, drinking, apa semua. In the 70s, they were already big in the 70s. Lepas tu, because of the substance abuse, memang habis lah. The band was really down on their luck, macam tu lah. And you can hear this story in the lyrics written by Steven Tyler, and dia memang tulis lah benda-benda ni. So you can hear in the songs about dia punya past mistakes apa semua. That's one reason why I like Aerosmith lah. It was a storytelling band, and they were talking about most of the time their own issues. Anyway, so they were really down on their luck, so to say. Lepas tu I think they Columbia Records did not renew their contract ke macam mana, or Geffen bought them over macam tu. So they released Permanent Vacation, had a string of hits, lagu sedap-sedap lah, like Dude Looks Like a Lady, Angel, Ragdoll, tu Claw. Memang lagu best-best lah. Tapi it was not yet the ni. But this album P.U.M.P seal them as legends lah, sebab P.U.M.P had much more refined songs, and you had songs yang orang tak pernah terfikir, macam Janie's Got a Gun, talking about sexual harassment yang membawa kepada Steven Tyler told the story. Dia kata saw it in the news where the stepdaughter or something like that killed the stepfather lah, because, and then when during the trials they found out that the man was actually sexually harassing and even abusing the girl. So at that point of time, who's wrong? Was it Jenny that killed the guy, or the guy was actually a jerk? And so that was the song. And when that song came out, it was like, oh, rock band talking about a serious issue. But anyway, coming back to the point, the album was really good Aerosmith was sober. They were in their prime, so-called prime lah. Umur dah tua dah time tu, tapi still musically good collaboration. Sebelum ni most of the Aerosmith songs memang Steven Tyler and Joe Perry lah. Tapi with the introduction of producers masa time tu, orang pun tak biasa lagi. Sekarang you have like Taylor Swift with Taylor Swift not a good example lah, but other celebrities. You have like Dua Lipa ke apa, with like hundreds of producers behind one single song kan. Tapi but yang ni this was like during that time was like collaborators. So songs were good. And then the best part sebenarnya album P.U.M.P ni, they did in the studio, during the recording of the studios, they also recorded behind the scenes of the recording process. So that was, again, you got to remember 87, 89, late 80s was when MTV started to really found its viewership lah. So they started to make a difference. That's why macam Queen keluarkan lagu Radio Gaga, and then there was this song, saya tak ingat nama group tu apa, Video Killed the Radio Star or something like that. So it was shifting from auditory to visual lah, with video, MTV and whatnot. And Aerosmith capitalized on that by recording. This was even before, remember Metallica also did that with the Black Album. So Aerosmith did that first with P.U.M.P and released the video behind the scenes in the studios, macam mana perangai dia. So that painted a different picture about the band. And bila dia dah tengok how the song was recorded, gave the song more meaning, and with the interviews and whatnot. So it was really, Aerosmith ni dia pandai lah. Okay, I won't talk about Aerosmith as a whole, but you know, this particular album was the one that made them relevant in that time. And when you get your fans to be able to see what happens in the studio, how songs were crafted, how comical they were, how their chemistry was with each other, so that catapult them to another level lah. And then that was what made P.U.M.P sebagai album yang solid, dan they won. I remember they won a lot of Grammys for that lah. Then following up to P.U.M.P, dia keluar Get a Grip with a lot of good songs juga, and the trilogy video of Crazy, Crying, Amazing, the trilogy with Alicia Silverstone. That was a different ni lah, but maybe I'll talk about that in a different video. But P.U.M.P, amazing Aerosmith. I'm a huge Aerosmith fan, so I can talk about all of their albums one by one. But for today, kita bercerita specifically P.U.M.P. Maybe if I can edit this video and put some snippets, then maybe you can see what I mean. Dia punya album yang best. Go check it out. Spotify ada P.U.M.P with the truck on another truck. That's another okay, by the way, masa ni juga ada issue, legal issue when they release P.U.M.P, because masa tu Nike pun release Nike P.U.M.P yang boleh pump, tekan bola basketball dekat Nike tu. So they were fighting for the rights. That's why in some places you see album ni dia P.U.M.P. There was some acronym lah, but itu masa time tu. And then there was a controversy, and you know, Aerosmith ni very cheeky. Yeah, they always, apart from telling their story, they also put in like innuendos. So the cover of a truck on a truck, so with the title P.U.M.P, a lot of people of the earlier age was like, wow, this one is very ni actually that's the Steven Tyler punya sense of humor lah. And how do we know all of this? Because behind the scenes punya footage and whatnot. Itulah Aerosmith legends now in their 70s, if I'm not mistaken, 70s. And in recent news, because of a knee surgery, so relapse lah Steven Tyler. So and he's gone into rehab. They had to cancel some of shows in Las Vegas. Las Vegas, the place where celebrity artists lah, singers, bands go to before they retire and fade away. But anyway, it's a good span of time, and they have been active for so many years, since their teens until 70 plus. Good run lah. Anything happen after this, puas lah. I'm happy that I was in the time where I get to have Aerosmith at the background of my life in certain phases of my life. One of my favourite songs, tak tahu boleh dengar tak, takut kena copyright on YouTube. What It Takes. So I'll leave you guys here. Probably I'll put a link on the description to my Spotify for selection of Aerosmith song. But for this particular video, we are talking about P.U.M.P. Maybe I'll also put P.U.M.P punya link dekat situ lah. Alright, thanks for tuning in. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Stay safe, drive safe.